just a bit outside.
Okay, welcome to Just a Bit Outside. I'm going to show you a little bit more of the beauty of Safety Harbor. We're going to actually be taking a trail in just a second. I should show you the marina just real quick, how wonderful this little marina is. That is super high. We are actually going to be coming over to this trail here. I'm going to walk a little bit of it. Did want to talk to you a little bit about this here. I actually used to work here back in the 90s for about a year and a half. This is a Safety Harbor Resort and Spa. Part of the story I'm going to tell is regarding that. So let's walk down. A lot of people out or about, you can't see it, but I actually had trouble finding parking. Most of them are down by the pier. Give you a little look at the surroundings. This actually is a little area that kind of winds around. So maybe let me tell you the story regarding the where the Safety Harbor Resort and Spa is located. I'll look at this real quick. Can't really see it, but there's actually a sailboat that I've been getting shots of. You can see it through the trees. Courtney Cable Causeway here in the distance. Those of you who saw my video about the 800-year-old Indian mound, that's right about here. About a mile from here. Oh, you missed it, but there was a bird that I can still hear. You can't really see it, it's in here. Black but bright red feathers. It's actually an amazing bird to look at, and I'm not even a bird watcher. Now, one of the other stories with this town is that Hernando DeSoto landed here in the 1500s, and that this is where he began his westward trek to the Mississippi. Bradenton disputes that. They believe it was Bradenton where it happened. There's actually people around the Fort Myers area. They say the same thing from Fort Myers, Captiva Island. From what I'm understanding, it's most likely the Bradenton area where he landed and began his famous quest and where he found the Mississippi. They have a lot of homes like this the more you go down toward the right here. A lot of just beautiful waterfront homes. This particular one is a law office, but what else is new? Usually the buildings like that get taken by law offices at some point. Believe it or not, this is actually going to be a reshoot. Okay, you see the spa behind me. I was going to tell this part of the story. I did shoot it, but unfortunately it didn't turn out the footage very well. So what happened was that before the Spanish arrived, the local Indian tribes in this area, they found a spring. there was a spring that they used to use. It's right here where this hotel is now. It's a resort hotel. They bottle their own water. Well, back then, the Indians used that spring. They thought it had medicinal qualities to it, that it had healing powers, and that it really was helpful. So when the Spanish came over, they started taking over the spring, and then from there, when the white men came in, and they started doing it, and then eventually when development started coming in, of course, they began bottling the water. Unfortunately, it has a pretty high sulfur content in it. I have never really tasted it when I've drank the water from the spa. I actually worked here for a year and a half. However, I have heard people tell me that they could smell it a little bit in the water, or they might be able to taste it where it get through the filtration system. But that's the story, was that the Indian tribes of the Tokobogans felt that this water in this spring right behind me had medicinal qualities to it, and they like to use it for those. Now, even as far back as the early 1900s, there were people coming here that had the same beliefs, so they were using this area and this hotel for that very reason. Take a look at some of the beautiful homes that they have here in Safety Harbor. By the way, if you were to go straight down that road, it would end at Felipe Park, where I did the video about the 800-year-old Indian mound. And just a great place. And they have a little bridge like what I was just on that crosses over into the park. Well, I'm Jeff Dial. I hope you enjoyed this little tour of my little city that I live in here in Florida. Hope you guys have a great evening.
Just a bit outside.